Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Tuesday, January 21st, 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. A historic, all-time record-breaking snowstorm is smothering the South in snow, the depths of which they've never seen. And that will be followed by record-breaking cold for the next 2 days. Pipe-bursting cold. And this is going to be a big one. Keep calm. It's boom time. New wildfires break out in Southern California as the Santa Ana winds blow. Here's the latest. Well, we've got evacuation orders issued after wildfires are breaking out in San Diego County. Structures are threatened and, well, many will be burned. Yesterday, we just had 2 fires up in the LA region. The massive Eaton and Palisades fire that burned over 12,000 homes. But today, in the South, we now have 3 light-up fires. The smallest, the Friars Fire, 3 acres burned. It is growing as we speak and is now probably well over the 3 acres. We have no idea of the containment there. Good news is those winds will be dying down midweek. Now we have the Pala Fire, 16 acres burned today, mandatory evacuation warnings and evacuation warnings in the South. As this fire grows, the Pala Fire has thankfully been 100% contained and is now over. The Lilac Fire, even bigger. Take a look at this. 85 acres started today, is growing due to those Santa Ana winds and just 35% containment. The good news is there are thousands of firefighters on the scene and, well, they are fighting the fire. But the big story, Winter Storm Enzo. Snow in Florida, New Orleans, Houston, schools closed. The entire South has been put on notice and closed indeed. New Orleans, 8.7 inches earlier today. This is the snowfall totals midday. Houston saw 4 inches. But the big winter chicken dinner is going to be New Orleans, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Holy macaroni. Let's take a look at some of the snowfall totals. We've got Rayne, Louisiana at 10.5 inches. It's not over, folks. These are midday totals. Lafayette, Louisiana, 9.5. Evangeline, Louisiana, 9 inches. New Orleans, 8.7. And Geshmar, 8.1. Holy macaroni. Florida's all-time snowfall record has been shattered, and it's still snowing. It won't be morning until we know about what actually has occurred from this storm. But Pensacola has officially broken the 130-year-old record for total snowfall. By 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and with snow still falling heavily at the rate of 1 inch an hour, the National Weather Service reported 5 inches of snow at the airport in Pensacola, breaking the 3-inch record set back in 1895. And it was still snowing. A full total for the day is not expected until later this evening, maybe even in the morning. Scattered reports across Florida showing 6.5 to 7.5 inches in many regions. And, well, the most snow that has ever fallen in Florida since we got to America is when 4 inches happened on March 6, 1954 in Santa Rosa County. And we're talking areas doubling this and maybe even more. Al Gore is a boore. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Apparently, Al Gore is in Florida trying to handle the situation. And the situation, indeed. Take a look at some of the conditions. This was early afternoon today in New Orleans near Lake Pontchartrain. Blizzard conditions where over 8 inches of snow fell and winds were 50 miles per hour gusting. Yes, those are palm trees. And they were, well, taken to their knees. We're over here Take a look at that photo. Holy macaroni, 1 foot of snow in Garden District in New Orleans. He's pretty stoked about it. He's got his measuring stick out. Let's see. There it is. It's official. 12.5 inches on his table. That could be record-breaking totals there. And the historic storm continues tonight. As we report, it is moving east like a beast. Let's take a look at this jiffy here. If we can we blow this up? Holy macaroni. Oh, okay. Well, let's blow it up here. Blowing it up. You can see how much snow is on the back end of this winter storm Enzo. Snow moving all the way up to the Delmarva and the mid-Atlantic. We are going to be seeing some historic totals in the morning as this moves towards the East Coast. And it is fantastic that we are literally living through record-breaking conditions never seen before. Take a look at this. Multiple cars appear to be stuck on the I-10 in Florida. And if those people don't walk home or get to safety, they're going to be sleeping there. Bad news in Florida, and already multiple deaths confirmed, which is quite unfortunate. Here were the power outages as we entered recording tonight, and we've got 24,000 out of power in Ohio, 10,000 in Louisiana, 10,000 in Florida. Let's refresh this. See the current numbers, 57,000 in California. Those power outages mostly because the power companies turn the power off in those high-risk regions. Florida has now 20,000 without power. Texas, just 10,000. Ohio, 9. Louisiana, 4. Good news, this wasn't a big ice storm. So we've got snow, and everything is shut down, and on the back end of this is going to be some severe cold, record cold conditions, pipe bursting conditions. Record snow totals soon to be followed by possible sub-zero temperatures. We're going to get to the maps in just a minute. But South Louisiana was absolutely magical today. To see the joy of our viewers, blah, blah, blah. Take a look at these snow totals. Holy macaroni. Lafayette, 9 inches. Southside, 8. Corencro saw 10 inches, wherever that is, but that is in Louisiana. Dustin saw 9. Kaplan, 9. These are all record-breaking totals, folks. An amazing historic event. Unfortunately, 4 are now reported dead in the brutal cold as the historic snowfall once-in-a-generation storm occurs in the South. And guys, from Texas all the way through northern Florida, all the way to the coast, your pipes are at risk of freezing. Anytime temperatures drop below 32 Fahrenheit, especially 20 degrees, almost a guarantee burst pipe. And the bad news is tonight it's going to be well below 20 degrees all over the South, where they typically don't bury pipes that much. And it's not going to just last one day. It's going to continue. These are the current temperatures: 16, 13, and 16 on the coast of Louisiana, 22 on the coast of Mississippi, 21 degrees in Alabama, 20-something in Georgia, and 20-something in all of northern Florida. It's only going to get worse by morning. Look at this plume. 12 degrees in Mississippi, 1 degree in Louisiana on the coast, 8 degrees near New Orleans, 14 for Alabama. Holy macaroni. And this region will not get out of freezing tomorrow whatsoever. Any of these hard-hit regions with heavy snow are going to remain below freezing all the way through tomorrow night, and it's going to get even colder and bolder, and, well, the pipes will burst. The good news is that, well, there is no good news. Friday, it will continue. Saturday, similar numbers, and it will be even colder in Florida by the weekend, where the iguana apocalypse may occur. Take a look at this. 29 degrees as far south as Tampa. Are you picking up what we're putting down? It is going to be chilly this weekend in Florida, and there will be major infrastructure problems for all of the Southeast that will remain for weeks. Pipes bursting everywhere, and we'll report on it tomorrow. Here's the full forecast. A rare southern U.S. winter storm, historic indeed. Dangerous cold weather for much of the eastern U.S. and critical fire weather for southern Cali. A rare winter storm impacting the southern U.S. will move offshore Wednesday morning. Thank God. Behind the storm, Arctic air will continue encompassing the eastern two-thirds of the nation, with only a slow return to normal temperatures expected by the end of the week. Moderate to strong Santa Ana winds and with low humidity, will maintain critical fire weather conditions in Southern California into Thursday. But the good news is we've got tens of thousands of firefighters in the region. The bad news is the freezing will continue for days in the south, and this is setting up for some record-breaking infrastructure problems. I hope all the mayors and the governors in these regions are well aware of the situation and are putting people in place. The winter storm will remain until tomorrow afternoon as the storm hopefully rapidly moves offshore. Let's take a look at the GFS model. Here is the current position of the storm. 3 hours from now, it will be blasting the East Coast. That's in the middle of the night tonight, after midnight, and it will make its way offshore. No one really knows how much snow it will produce because there is very little historical information. Let's take a look at the total snowfall. As the storm, we could be seeing areas of coastal Georgia picking up 16 inches of snow overnight. According to the GFS model, CMC probably showing a little different. Let's take a look at that, shall we? CMC showing a huge area inland on Georgia that will be picking up 6 to 10 inches, and maybe a little coastal storm here in North Carolina. This is all because none of these models have any idea what's going on, because this does not happen in the United States, at least historically. So we'll wait and see. So join us tomorrow for more updates. Seismic update. Speaking of updates, oh, what is this? A big boomer over here in Turkey, 5.0. Mid-ocean ridge activity heating up. Apparently, the Earth is growing. We've got activity here on the Aleutian Island chain, 5.0 in Unalaska. Well, that's un-American. 3.5 in Border Town, Utah. Pretty interesting rumbler there. Slightly accelerated seismicity worldwide. Worldwide volcano news. So much activity worldwide on geophysical events, I haven't really been able to keep up with the worldwide volcano news update. So let's go through it together for the first time today. Liwatobi to 10,000 feet. We've got Shivalush to 14,000 feet. Raventador, 14,000 feet. Dukono, 8,000 foot blast there. Sakonijima, puffing and passing to 7,000 earlier today. Liwatobi to 6,000. Ibu, puffing and passing. No numbers there. Semeru, who knew? Now you do. Volcanic eruption was reported. Nevado de Ruiz, 21,000 foot puff. Popo to 20,000. Santiaguito to 16. Shivalush to 14. Sangay, new volcanic ash emissions. Ibu, 7,000 foot puff. Marapi, puffing and passing as well. Liwatobi to 6. Semeru, who knew? Now you do. Volcanic eruption in progress. Liwatobi is the final volcano for the day, just 7,000 foot puff there. Space weather was spicy today. Well, we've also got a blizzard on the Gulf Coast. A coronal mass ejection was produced by the M3.3 eruption today in the southeast quadrant. This image is courtesy of Stereo Ahead, and it shows the bulk of the plasma is heading, well, maybe away from Earth. There is that flare in question, just a small M3.3, but January 24th, we are forecast for a G1 geomagnetic storm. Here is the ISWA data that came out first showing a glancing blow, and it took over, I think, 7 or 8 hours for WSA and Little Spiral to be updated. And what they are showing is a glancing blow, but definitely a spike here in plasma density, and we could kick it off on the 24th and the 25th. So buckle up, Buttercup. We've got geomagnetic storm in the future. But low level, so nothing to worry about, but beautiful colors in the sky. Well, a quick look at telemetry here shows in the last maybe 6 to 10 hours, the phi angle has been getting quite jiggy as the BZ is shifting south. It's not that far south, but it's maintaining like a slightly southern position here, and that has pushed KP up towards 3. So quite interesting. There is auroral activity up in the northern regions. Guys, if you didn't know, today, Willie Soon released, well, it wasn't Willie Soon, it was Gorilla Science, a new channel on YouTube that is partnered by Martin Durkin and a good friend of ours from the channel as well. And we'll be doing a podcast with both of them in the near future, hopefully. And we're talking about the Tom Nelson podcast. They did an amazing, well, I think it was mostly Martin Durkin, but
Dinosaurs. Everyone not in the Jurassic Park movie loves them, and I'm setting up to meet some. I'm Dr. Willie Soon. I'm firing up my coal-powered time machine to go back millions of years. Ooh.
Willie Soon firing up his coal-powered time machine. Absolutely hysterical. Please come over to Gorilla Science, subscribe to the new channel, and we'll have these guys on the show, Martin Durkin and Tom Nelson, to talk about all the wonderful things they're doing over there, exposing the fraud in climate science and doing it in a fun way. This 5-minute episode with Willie Soon is so hysterical. You all need to go watch it. Just 441 views. That's embarrassing. Let's get this in the thousands. Let's subscribe to this channel like never before, and let's blow it up, please. Let's get these guys on the channel, and let's help them out on their mission. Speaking of missions, we've just partnered with Outages, the leader in backup power, and they've got mega portable power stations that can help you survive and thrive in a power down situation. They've got stations that will power your entire home at deep discounts until February 11th. We want to give you all access to this amazing preparedness tool, a backup power system for your home. But the biggest news is the new release of the Exodus 1200. The Exodus 1200 is the smaller unit. It just weighs about 42 pounds, and it could save your life. It could power a refrigerator and all your devices overnight, 24 hours, until the sun comes up and your panels recharge the unit. This is the #1 killer of people. No power. If you have no power, you have no food. Potentially, you have no way to communicate. You have no way to heat yourself. Well, solve the situation and get yourself a backup power system now from Outages. Outages is probably the cheapest and best respected company on earth. You can find similar units from other companies for 3 times the price, including, and I'm going to say it, all these Patriot companies. They're ripping you off. This $900 unit is probably $3,000 on their site. These entire house running units, like the Titan 3 portable power station, which is capable of 3,000 plus watt hours, and a 3,600 watt output. These are selling for $5,000 on some sites. So do yourself a favor. From January 21st to February 11th, you're going to get the deepest discounts from Outages. And, well, you may just save your butt in the next catastrophe. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please hit the thumbs up. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. We're sick of Al Gore. But if you hit the thumbs up, the Al Gore rhythm will be pleased. Please subscribe to the channel. Most of the people watching are unsubscribed, and we need your help to grow. Be safe. We love you, and that is a boom.